Good morning. My name is Ryan Cowan and I work in the Solution Design Group here at Quorum. In my previous video, I introduced you to our myQuorum Crude Transportation solution that is a one-stop shop for integrated scheduling, accounting, and customer portal that supports pipelines, terminals, and vessels. You can find a link to that introduction video at the bottom of this presentation. Today, I'm going to be giving you a brief demonstration of the pipeline scheduling functionality in our myQuorum Crude Transportation application. This functionality is intended to help pipeline operators simplify their business and provide better service to their customers. At Quorum, we engage with pipeline operators of all shapes and sizes. The biggest challenge that all of them face is being able to accurately and reliably communicate to their shippers and consignees when their volumes will arrive, while at the same time protecting the integrity of the batch. If shippers don't receive volumes when they expect to, there are missing market opportunities and supply commitments that could cost them millions. In the software demonstration you're about to see, I'll be scheduling a batch on a simple pipeline from Amarillo to Oklahoma City. You'll see how to set up the pipeline network and apply flow rates to pipeline sectors. You'll see how a shipper submits a nomination to the portal and that nomination gets broken down into batches. And finally, you'll see how a schedule gets generated and how stakeholders can log into the system to view that schedule. So let's jump into software. The first thing I have to do is set up a pipeline. I do this by defining asset points and assigning them to the associated downstream points to create the network. You can see that in this example, I'm looking at the swing point on my pipeline. At this juncture, the batch can either flow to Oklahoma City or Tulsa. I also set the default downstream point. This will become important later whenever we actually create the batch. And then finally, I assign it to a sector. With the ability to change your pipeline network as new points, sectors, and laterals come online, there's no longer any need to contact your vendor or IT when operations change. Now that the pipeline network is set up, I've got to assign flow rates to sectors for a given period of time. I can look at historical flow rates or simply have the system show me the latest. The system also includes import tools to simplify this process when the engineering group sends you data in an Excel format. Each month, shippers can log into the portal and submit their own pipeline nominations. This prevents your schedulers from having to rifle through email nominations in various formats. This screen shows relevant information like the shipper's contractual take-or-pay amount for the month and their prorated capacity where applicable. The system makes it simple to copy nominations from previous months or import from templates. Once the shipper submits a nomination, the pipeline operator can accept, reject, or require modification where proration has occurred. The shipper is notified of any updates to their nominations via email. Once the scheduler has accepted the nomination, they can then break that nomination down into individual batches. When these batches are submitted, they're added to the preliminary schedule and assigned the default path that we discussed in the asset point setup screen. On the schedule summary screen, I can iterate on new batches in the preliminary schedule as many times as I like before adding them to the production schedule. This screen allows me to reorder batches as well as change various attributes of the batch like its path. As the batches complete their flow through a specific measurement point, they can be actualized to provide the scheduler a more accurate baseline. Once the schedule is published, each type of stakeholder can run their respective report in the portal. Here I'm running the shipper schedule, but we also have the consignee and facility operator versions. This report shows the latest status of each of their monthly batches when they are expected to pass through a specific point. In this case, I'm showing the receipt point in Amarillo. Once these batches have finished flowing through the given point, you can see the actualized volumes and times. So what do you get with Quorum? With myQuorum Crude Transportation, you get a consolidated platform to facilitate scheduling, accounting, and shipper communication. No more jumping back and forth between software modules and no more clunky integration. You also get a user-friendly customer portal for your shippers to be able to nominate, track schedules, download invoices, and receive notifications. This alleviates the back and forth phone calls and emails required for your customers to communicate with your schedulers and accountants. You'll get a solution that easily adapts to changes in commercial or operational models. So if you have a change in your pipeline network, or if you decide to fee based on receipt volumes instead of deliveries, you can do so without having to call the IT group or the software vendor. I hope this demonstration has shown how myQuorum Crude Transportation can increase your revenue by avoiding pipeline shutdowns and increasing throughput, while also allowing your customers to capitalize on market opportunities by knowing when their batches will arrive. Thanks so much for your time, and if you'd like to schedule a more in-depth demonstration, please submit a request at the link below.